Hey Kathleen and Ed, this is Max Clausen with Metro Brokers, and I'm the guy that stopped by, one of the guys I'm sure that stopped by your garage sale in Raleigh Downs. And I was on crutches and talked to you about moving to Sarasota. I wanted to provide to you a market analysis on your place on Regency Court. I know you have another realtor in mind. I'm not sure if you have signed a contract with them at this time. If you have, then by all means stop watching. But if you're interested in seeing this market analysis and you aren't already affiliated with another realtor, then I might have some things to provide you, and I think it would be worth your time to watch this video. Besides the CMA that I'm going to provide you, I'm going to propose a commission that I think will be very advantageous to you and help you with your move to Sarasota. So the first thing that I do is I pull up public records on your address, and through that I can find out all sorts of things about the property. Now this is what public records has. At any time you can stop the video, pause it, and look more in depth at the numbers if I'm moving too fast. But this is where I get some of the information about the house as far as the above ground square footage, the total, the basement square footage, and I pull up recent sold comps based on this information. Right now, a quick realist value is about $500,000 up to $550,000, depending on the quality of the finishes and the remodels that you've done. So with that information, I then go to the Metro list, the MLS system, and I pull up all the homes that have sold in the last 6 months in Raleigh Downs. And actually, there's one that just became active today. So we have a couple different groups. So I just look at Raleigh Downs specifically. Raleigh Downs is a very unique neighborhood. I'm very familiar with Raleigh Downs. I moved to Parker in Hidden River. Originally, I moved into Hidden River in 1986. So we are both long-term people there. I'm sure that you remember Concrete Mike. That's what we call Mike and Joanna, that lived at the end of your street, and he was a concrete contractor. He drove that big orange truck all the time. He used to live in Hidden River, right behind me, and then he moved to Raleigh Downs. And so I'm familiar with Regency Court. I used to take my kids. That used to be the Christmas light street. So a lot of tradition there, and it's a really nice cul-de-sac, Regency Court. So anyway, going back to the Metro list, I take all of this data that I get, and then I download it into my own spreadsheets so that I can find averages and do some calculations based on the data from the MLS system. So when I import those into my own spreadsheets, there's only one active. That's not a huge set to compare to, but it's the only active property right now in Raleigh Downs. It's very comparable to yours as far as the beds and baths, but it's a smaller home by almost 500 square feet, above grade, finished. It's smaller. The total square footage is about that 500 square foot smaller. And then right now, this one, again, it's the days on the market. It just came on today, and it's priced there right at $420. But it is a smaller house in general. It has a little bit larger lot. I think your lot is a little bit smaller, but you're backing to that Tallman Gulch, or whatever they are calling that, the creek bottom behind you. So that adds that extra level of privacy. So the real ones that we would look at for actual, and this might be pie in the sky, it might be, we don't know where it's priced. It's only been on a day. Is it going to last? Is it going to go above? Is it, needing fixed up. I'm going to take you and show you what this house looks like, the interior pictures a little bit later. But these solds are the comparables that we really care about, because these numbers are real, actual numbers that people got for the house. Let me go in, and I see I don't have any dollar signs here, so let me add some dollar signs to that. All right, so if we look at these houses, the bedroom configuration, on average they have almost 5 bedrooms. Yours, according to public records. Now, public records might not be accurate. If you did a basement remodel without pulling a permit, the public records are not going to show. They're not going to know what was done down there. If you added an extra bathroom in the basement, public records can sometimes not be accurate. But that's all I have to go with right now. Hopefully, at some point, you might invite me to take a closer look at your house, and I can do a better job with my estimate. But this is what I have right now. The above grade square footage, out of the 5 that have recently sold in Raleigh Downs, they average a little bit larger than yours. The finished square feet are a little bit larger, and the total square feet a little bit larger, 500 square feet, 50 by 10. That's a lot of space, 50 by 10. The basements are a little bit larger, and then here's the average price. On the average sold comp in Raleigh Downs is $485. And here's the price per square foot above grade. They average right there at $195 per square foot above grade. And here's your above grade square footage. The finished square feet, the total square feet. I'm trying to go quickly just not to put you too far asleep. And the average lot is a little bit larger than yours too. But again, you back to that creek bottom, or the dry creek, or whatever you want to call it. The days on the market, on average, these were 3 weeks on the market before they went under contract and sold. They sold probably 30 days later after going under contract, so maybe a total of 7 weeks on the market before they sold to someone else. So this gives you a pretty good estimation of what's going on in the market. Now, what I would do, the next step, and I'm not going to do that for you right now unless you give me a call, is I would look at this number and say, okay, let's look at 500. If we were to price this at 500, then I would pull up the history in a larger area. This was only Raleigh Downs, but I would go basically east of Main Street, or east of Parker Road in the newer developments. Raleigh Downs is very unique as one of the original neighborhoods in Parker. Some of the houses were built in the 70s, and that custom feel of Raleigh Downs is hard to duplicate, I guess, except maybe the Pinery has kind of that same level of house and the same custom of house, as far as there's not row after row of these 3 models that were built by the builder, which a lot of the houses to the east of you have. But what I would do is I'd say, let's look at $500,000. Let me pull up the comps. Let's look at 2 stories, everything east of Parker Road out to Canterbury, including that Saddlebrook, Idlewild, Hidden River, that area out there. And I say, if somebody's willing to spend $500 on your house, what is the competition? What is recently sold? They're not only looking in Raleigh Downs. They'll be willing to drive to Hidden River, out to Canterbury, out to Idlewild, all of these houses. So you got to compare. We're looking at specifically Raleigh Downs here, but then what else do they have, and where else? What else is going to be in competition for that buyer to your house? So that would be the next level, and it's a very important level, but I'm not going to do that today. If you decide to give me a call, I would take it the next step further. I'm pretty mathematically geeky about this kind of stuff, technologically savvy. I don't think anybody else is doing video market analyses, or maybe the 1%ers are. But anyway, that would be the next step. And so now I want to show you what the houses in Raleigh Downs specifically are looking like. So these are going to be, this is the house that is active on the market. And again, I'm working at a deficit. I haven't stepped into your house. I haven't looked at your house to compare how it looks compared to these, but you're going to be able to use your judgment. This is kind of an odd house. It looks like a walk-up ranch maybe. You know, this is the main entrance. I'm familiar with this house. I think Mark Lewis used to live in this house. His wife, the town council and all that. If you've been around Parker, maybe you know those people. He's a realtor, or was. So a little bit of datedness. This was back my house in the Pinery when I moved in, had this dark stained wood. It's not people's first choice right now, but it was high quality when it was built, just like the houses in Raleigh Downs. So this one looks like it has a remodeled kitchen. It looks like it has granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, has those 42-inch uppers and gas range. So it's a nice kitchen remodel. A lot of can lighting. It's kind of hard to see with might be a little bit too much oak in there, but it's a lot of wood. I'm not sure if that's granite or if that's laminate. To me, it looks like granite. So they're pretty proud of that kitchen. You know, they're showing that thing off a lot. Looks like a remodeled bathroom. And then you go into the upper area and it looks like it might be, well, no, the master bath has been remodeled. So keeping in mind, this is the house that's smaller than yours, and it's priced at, I'm trying to, oh, that's the toilet paper roll. It's priced at $420. Looks like it still has popcorn on the ceiling. But they have done some remodeling there. Looks like these windows might be original in the upstairs, and I saw some not original downstairs. So here's kind of a Home Depot grade cabinet, and then there's the laminate countertop that has a big chunk out of it. And a lot of the original dark trim work. That's just, these have been modified upstairs maybe. This is the secondary bedroom, bathrooms. So it's the kids' bathroom, let's say. And here's the basement. Looks pretty original. It's got 12 by 12 square tile and the dark wood. You know, that again was what my house had when I moved into it in the Pinery. It's got a good-looking roof. You know, I think a lot of houses in the Pinery have, or Raleigh Downs have replacement roofs from a hailstorm not too long ago. Backyard backs to a neighbor, unlike yours, so there's the neighbor's shed. I don't know. Is this part of the house? Oh, no, that's the garage. It has that breezeway that we saw. Here's the breezeway, and then the garage is behind us. Okay. So that's that house. Let's go quickly. I'm trying to go quickly. Again, you can pause this if I'm going too quickly, but I'm just going to try and bust through these. These are all in Raleigh Downs. The one thing that I would say, if you list your home with me, is I would do it for a reduced commission, and I don't do a reduced effort. I hire a professional photographer that does high definition photography. I'll show you some of that later. Again, so this is a newer kitchen. They left the soffits in there. I'm not sure if it's new or stained cabinetry. I'm guessing that it's old cabinetry, just from some of the things I'm seeing. And then they have that old railing. I call it the deck railing. Again, I'm not throwing stones because that's what was in my house. It's the same configuration as what's on my deck. Glass top, granite, backsplash, updated lighting. It's a nice kitchen. I'm just not sure if those cabinets are new or not. A nice remodel there. So this is what you see with the high definition photography, is that they take a picture of the exterior and make sure that you can see what's out the view of the windows. So that one actually has a large distance in between them and the neighbors. This might be on that Central Parkway that's in the Raleigh Downs. It's the split level or tri-level. The added extra steps don't thrill a lot of people. This is a bathroom. I think this is the powder room on the main level. The master suite, not a lot of space, and then pretty plain doors, but it's clean and it has a good style to it. These light bars are not the most popular thing, and I'm just pointing out things that I see that people like. They replaced this with a nice glass door. It has tile countertops in the bathroom, not slab. But it's a nice move-in ready finish to this house. It's nice and clean and it looks good. That's the one. They put it on at $450 and they actually sold it for $456. It's on Williamson Drive. Here's another one. It went on for $548 and sold for $538, and it sold in September 15th to last year. So it's kind of an older comp, but because I was sticking to Raleigh Downs, I had to go back a little bit further in time to come up with even a handful of 5 comps. Sorry. Got a little ahead of myself. So it has a 3-car garage, good exterior, and a nice clean interior. Updated. Has the cove ceiling and the new lighting. Plantation shutters. An updated kitchen. Granite with a backsplash and stainless in the island. It's a nice kitchen. White seems to be one of the more popular colors right now for kitchens. They still kept that older light. That's that fluorescent light. Just trying to look at things. Plantation shutters, lots of them. Those are an upgrade, expensive. Has the wood floor throughout. And it has some nice, detailed wainscoting and some molding features that add some nice flair to things. It looks like a pretty nice carpet. This looks like it's remodeled, but a little bit older remodel with that bullnose tile. It's not a brand new remodel, but it might be 10 years old or something. Secondary bedrooms. Older stuff here. They added some starfish to really jazz things up. But if you look, those are those kind of the bone colored 4x4 tiles. That's original equipment, I would say. A loft area. Original equipment. This green Formica, and then the 4x4 bone colored tile. There's some flair there. Not everybody's gonna like that, but paint's easy to change. Again, I'm thinking this kitchen or the basement remodel is newer, but not new. It's got some age to it, this tile. Some of the colors. Those tile definitely have some age to them. Yeah. So a really nice backyard backing up to the open space, or there's the park back there. Good looking exterior. I think it had a, yeah, it's a asphalt roof. Here's another one. It went on for $489, or let's call it $490, and sold for $480. And that happened in October 30th is when they closed that one. If we look at the interior pictures, let's look and see how this one looks. Looks like original windows. Those wood windows, they don't really stand up to the UV. This bathroom is original equipment, original windows, original tile, cabinetry. It's kind of original equipment on this house so far. Nicely clean, but not really updated or remodeled. The tile is just, I don't even know if it's 12 by 12. It's not what people would choose right now. And then the original windows. It's been nicely maintained, it looks like. This fireplace surround, you know, these tech cabinets or whatever you want to call them. That's where people would put TVs. Well, TVs have changed a little bit since this house has been built. So then you got this TV hanging out in front of those things. A lot of people are ripping out all of these shelves. Otherwise, you have a TV that looks like that. Poor pictures. So, you know, here's the difference between professional photography and realtor photography. The exterior, the outside is exposed properly, and it's underexposed inside. Kind of the same thing with this picture, not as drastic, but you end up with some silly pictures of, you know, door jambs and beds. I don't do that, whether it's a condo or a $1 million house. I don't do that. Door jambs and toy horses, door jambs and bathrooms. You know, hallways and cabinets. Just poor quality photos. Even this one might have had some interesting features, but it's all exposed for the outside. And you got glare on the glass. So anyway, original equipment on this house, and it sold for $480. I'm trying to click through these as quickly as possible. I apologize. I do a lot of talking. This is a nice drone shot, and it shows the lay of the land, and so there's the trail coming through and the baseball field up there. So I'm trying to think, is Regency Court? It is kind of funny when you get up high and you're looking at these things. I think Regency Court, I think Marlborough is like maybe over in here. I think Marlborough's down here, and then Regency's the next one over. Maybe. I don't know. So the drone shots are pretty neat. This one, if you look at those, it's the power lines back there. Let me go back. Huh. I'm trying to see. I wanted to see if they had the power lines. I see the power lines here. I didn't see them in the drone shots. Maybe they were edited out. So this one is nicely, it's nice. It's kind of dated with the beadboard paneling or whatever you want to call it, the tongue and groove up top. It's a lot of wood. You got wood on top and wood on bottom. Definitely has a look. And this is, I think, a tri-level. And the door jambs and everything, all of the trim work is also that wood and the cabinetry. So it looks like it's been updated to some degree in here. Maybe not with this backsplash pattern. I'm thinking it's not a brand new update. Looks like it has maybe an updated patio door. And you know, some of these pictures are really compressing different things that makes the refrigerator look like it's about 5 feet tall. When you use fisheye lenses, that's kind of what you get. So it has that original moss rock look in the fireplace. Lava rock kind of stuff, basalt. And it's this split, this tri-level thing isn't as desirable. A lot of stairs isn't desirable. Secondary bedroom, kind of original looking stuff. This looks like original looking stuff to me. This black and white looks like 80s kind of stuff. And an original basement finish, not fancy lighting. Does have an egress window there. Looks like an updated bath, maybe in the basement bath. Huh. Looks like they updated, maybe painted the original cabinetry, updated the lighting a little bit. You know, they still have that gold trim on the mirror. Basement office / bedroom. Looks like original equipment to me. Have kind of a Corian countertop. And the backyard is nice in size, but you know, not really manicured. All right, one more. This one closed February 2018. It was, the pictures were taken the one storm maybe that we had. Isn't that funny? We have had such little snow, and they got the pictures on that day. Pretty small kitchen. I think these are original cabinets that have been painted. A lot of people, when they redo a kitchen like this, they'll rip out the soffit. And this is a pretty small kitchen. Not a lot of counter space. So, like that one kitchen that was so nice, they really had all sorts of photos on that one. Well, this one they had like 3, and they were trying to get your attention someplace else because the kitchen wasn't where it's at. So, hardwood flooring, kind of an original equipment kind of a house. A very nice house. Raleigh Downs has nice houses. Well maintained. Wow. This looks like the basement bathroom that's in pretty good shape. Master maybe. Again, these are realtor photographs. It's a good looking finish on there. The photos though are underexposed. So there you go. So to take you really quickly to the some of the photographs that I have, this is a condo. This is a condo that sold for $200,000, and this is the type of photographs that I hired done. And again, a $200,000 condo, and I hire these professional photographers to come in. These individual photographs are listed in the MLS so they can click through them like we just did. This is a house in Hidden River that I sold earlier in the year. Let me see. So what I'm proposing to you is that I would sell your house on the listing agent side for a total fee, flat fee of $4,980. $4,980. In my estimation, that's going to save you $10,000 that you can take to Sarasota. You can do so many things with that. You could buy some nice bikes. You could buy those kayaks. You could buy all sorts of fun things, or you could add that into your house. But, in my estimation, like this house right here in Hidden River, this one sold for in the 350s. It doesn't take me any more effort to sell your house than it did to sell this house in Hidden River, that it did to sell that $200,000 condo. If I have to talk to the homeowners association and order the documents, it's going to take the same, probably more effort for the condo than Raleigh Downs. So, the old school idea that realtor commissions are based on percentages, it really penalizes people like you that have beautiful, nice, high-end priced houses higher than, like this house. But again, I don't scrimp on my marketing. I'm very adept at internet marketing, at coming up with digital CMAs, hiring professional photography, very adept at negotiating. I've lived in Parker since 1986. A lot of friends in Raleigh Downs. I'm familiar with the neighborhood, and I'd like to give you that offer of a fee of $4,980 on the listing side, and I will promise you I will work as hard as anyone and harder than most to get your house sold for that. Again, here's a house that I sold. I don't know why this keeps popping up on my... Here's another condo. Again, a $200,000 condo that I do professional photography on. So I don't want to beat that point into the ground. Anyway, that's what I'm looking at. I have a price in mind of $500 to $550, but in order to really do a good job at evaluating your house, I would need to visit your house. I'd need to walk into it, see it, be able to compare it more accurately to those comparable homes to come up with a good purchase price. So Kathleen and Ed, that's it. I've given you what I can give you at this point. I would like to be able to work with you. Very familiar with your house, neighborhood, town, and I think I'm giving you an offer that would save you $10,000. I'd like to talk to you more about that. Please feel free to give me a call. Again, my name is Max, and I'm with Metro Brokers. 303-726-0867. That's my cell phone. 303-726-0867. If you've already have a relationship with a different realtor, I honor that, especially if you've signed a contract. I need to honor that. But I thought I'd throw this out to you and see if it's anything that you'd like to do to help get you quicker with a little bit more cash in your pocket to Sarasota.